Welcome again, everyone. So we've got some exciting things happening here today. I've actually got a couple projects going on, so some of the video and like what we're doing might overlap. You might see things from other things. So nonetheless, we've got some sweet new lights that we're going to be putting on the welding rig today. And if you couldn't tell by the title already, we've got some Auxbeam. I think that's how you say it. That's how I would say it anyhow. But I've been using them in my 12 for probably 5 years now. They've bulbs, that is, in my truck. But Auxbeam reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out some lights, and I said absolutely. And so they sent us out a couple things to try here. So let's talk about it real quick, and then we'll get to work. So they sent us out a couple kits here. This one here is not going on this truck just because I don't even know. They're massive and awesome, but I don't know where I would put them on this yet. So I have an idea to put them on another truck, or we could possibly put them on the trailer. But what we're going to be installing here today is some fog lights, Auxbeam fog lights, and we're going to be doing some work here to the bumper, to the front end, hopefully painting it and making the front end of this truck look a lot better. But these are going to go out here on the end. Gonna cut out some holes for it. I did cut out this here louver plate. We're gonna put some, I guess it's not technically louvers, but we're gonna get some more airflow here in the front bumper, because right now it just looks like a big old hunk of metal. But these here, I can't tell you how excited I am for these, because they come with their own little harness. All you gotta do is run, I'm pretty sure just run into the cab. You got your positive, negative, and then you've got on, off, and mode, and then they're just plug and play basically. So once you get them mounted, as I said, you just plug and play. So super pumped about that. And I don't have the high beams on these bulbs and lights. These are pretty cheap. I don't really have a high beam, so I'd like to be able to, get some more light out front of this truck. I'm going to open these up real quick so you guys can see these, but tell you what, they are massive. So check these lights out. All I got to say is these things are freaking sweet, and I can only imagine how bright they're going to be. But again, these are, it's kind of the same deal where you've got a harness and basically plug and play again, positive, negative, and somewhere in here I think there's that switch. Can't see, yeah, there's a switch here. Same idea as the other ones. So, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna save these and we're gonna put these on another truck. That way we can spread the love around. But big thank you to Auxbeam. I believe there is a discount in the description. I gotta figure out all that. I'm not super tech savvy, but I'll put it in the description. And if you wanna check these out, these, I'm not sure if I'll have the product link, but anyhow, we're gonna be putting these on. Check these out too. And yeah, so let's get to work. I'm gonna clean up some of the bumper first and then weld up some of the seams before I take it off. And then we'll go ahead, make our marks for here, and we'll make a cutout in the middle for our, I guess you'd call it a grill. And then we'll go ahead, kind of try to make this thing look better. I'm gonna cut a couple pieces of plate. We're gonna add in our little, not D-rings, pad eyes, I guess. Add some pad eyes here so we can hook some clevises on it. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to work, see where we get to. Well, I definitely think it looks better than before. I don't know. I wish I would have kind of took this out a little more, so whenever it came down from the grill, it kind of followed that. But I mean, the airflow, all the airflows, it's right here anyway, so that's why I didn't do it to begin with. But hindsight, would have done a little bit different there. So long story short, because this was so crusty, there's all kinds of porosity in all these weld seams, and I don't feel like taking the time it would take to clean it all up, so I'm going to wind up raptor lining this. But tomorrow, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just spray it some gray, not gray, but spray it with primer, and then maybe some black, and then we're going to come back and raptor line it at a different time. But we will definitely be putting the lights in tomorrow. Last thing I forgot to do was I got to weld a little tab off the backside because I don't want it sticking. Right there is about all the further in I could go with the way it's set up right now. And while I don't think it looks bad, I definitely don't want it sticking out because I don't want it to snag on anything. So I just got to weld a little tab on the backside in there. And then we should be good to go as far as finishing up on the that's about all I'm going to do to this bumper. I wish I wouldn't have taken so long, also because I did take so long. All this it's pretty pitted, so even if I were to paint it, it's not going to look the greatest. But overall, we got some more airflow and we got some sweet lights going in, so we'll be finishing this up tomorrow, and I guess I'll see you then. Well, bumper's on, but didn't turn out exactly as I was planning. Right now it's just primed, and it's Sunday evening, and I need to go to work tomorrow, so I wasn't going to ride to work for a few days without a bumper. So, yeah, I thought I had, well, let me back up. I had some leftover Raptor liner from several years ago, and I was planning on spraying some Raptor on it. But ironically, all the hardener that you mix in with the Raptor was all hard, so I could not use that. So right now it's just primed, and I'm going to have to kind of rescuff it and do all that whenever it comes time. But at least it's better protected than it was. And hindsight, I wish I would have done this a little differently. I wish I would have kind of carried this out to the edge of the grill a little more to kind of make it blend. I don't think it looks too bad. It just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of out there. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But, all right, all we got to do tonight, got my pieces of plate, if you can see back here, got pieces of plate welded on, got the lights where they recess in there now. So all I've got to do yet is drill a couple holes, get them mounted, run some wiring, hook up the battery, and run the little wire into the cab. So I'm going to do that tonight. We won't drive this thing tonight, but the next night or two, I'm going to take it out and we're going to test the lights out, see how it fares on off-road and all that kind of stuff. So tonight, just going to get them wired in, get them working, and then we'll be back to revisit this here in a moment. So anyhow, I'm gonna let's see what time it is right now. Right now, 9 o'clock. And let's see how long it actually takes for me to just do a simple little job here. Well, aside from one last thing to do, it's basically done. And the last thing would be to just run the wire through the firewall. And I've got a lot going on in that they're grommet right now. And what I wish, which I'll probably wind up doing, is trying to take the pins out of here. And that way I can just fish the whole thing through without this ear connector on it. Just mark them, and then that way, I don't have the proper tool, and I'm not sure what. It's probably just a flat little piece of something. But anyhow, I'm not going to mess with it tonight. It's already pretty late for a school night. So anyhow, I'm just going to probably run this right through the side here and right into the door jamb, and just do it that way for now so we can test it out. And then, yeah, I'll just figure out how to do this later because, yeah. So we'll be back in a few testing this out. It might be a day or so for you, or no, it might be a day or so for me, but it'll be just a second for you guys. So, yep, we'll see when that's happening. So it is the next evening, and I'm out here getting the lights kind of dialed in. So this is my normal driving light. It's kind of hard to tell, you know, what we're actually doing, but this is with the fog lights on. Definitely a big difference there. And then we've got 6 different modes here. So this is all white, then we go to all amber, and then I think that's white and amber together. And then we got white strobe, yellow strobe, and then alternating white and yellow or amber. So pretty cool, very bright. I've got it wired up properly in the truck now, but I'm just out here kind of getting them lined up, as they were not, they're still kind of a little slightly off, but a lot better than they were compared to this morning when I turned them on driving to work. But anyhow, we're gonna go for a little spin. We'll be, let's just kind of test them out. I'm gonna hopefully put the GoPro on the front of the truck and not lose it as we're going down the road, and just give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Well, I'm here to close out this video and say that these things are pretty stinking sweet. Big thanks to Auxbeam for sending these out for us to try. Again, we've got some more lights that we'll be putting on something here hopefully real soon, and trying those out as well. But definitely, I don't know, I just think they're cool. Again, super easy install, just a matter of connection, positive, negative on your battery, and then running the cable through the firewall. I did wind up pulling the pins out of that connector and run it through the firewall and then hooking it back up, and yeah, so I'm all basically set up now, and eventually I'll get around to painting this bumper. I was hoping to do that soon, but maybe it'll be you know, another year before that gets painted. We'll see. But again, thank you all for watching, and see y'all in the next video. Thanks, guys.